Civil rights activist Akeo Abdul Samad is thinking about his legacy as he turns 70. He doesn't just have a milestone birthday, though. Creative Visions, the nonprofit that he founded, also turns 25. WHO 13's Monica Madden shares what shaped him into a man who tries to help shape others.
He's dedicated his life to service and leadership, whether it be his 14 years in the legislature or founding Creative Visions to help with challenges minority and low-income families face. But underneath the accolades is a story of pain and resilience.
Those who aren't doing right.
21, I'm fighting for the same thing, but I'm like 5 decades older.
70 years is a milestone for anyone.
It's a blessing, you know, to know I'm reaching 70 years.
But there were those who doubted.
Because of my Panther activities.
That lifelong civil rights activist, Akeo Abdul Samad, would ever make it this far.
I was a mama's boy, but she was scared and very protective. During that time, my mother was told several times that I would not live to see 19 or 20.
He cheated death after a 1969 bombing of the Black Panthers' Forest Avenue headquarters.
Someone blew it up while we were in there, and if we had been there in time for class, we wouldn't be holding this interview.
But Abdul Samad tries not to dwell on the what-ifs. Life led him elsewhere and eventually back to Des Moines, where he would throw himself into service.
And re-engaging with the community here was a turning point of my next chapter.
But 2 decades later, Abdul Samad's pages would be colored by the ultimate grief.
December 10th is when my son got killed. December 14th is his birthday.
In 1997, he lost his son, Little Akeo, to gun violence.
I had to then find me, and I didn't know what that looked like at that time.
As time went on, he would use that tragedy as a catalyst for change.
It's that forgiveness that helps keep me moving, to take my pain and turn it into power.
On the pursuit to do that, Abdul Samad eventually found himself here.
I love America, and I have a right to address its ills.
Whether you like his policies or not,
obviously we fundamentally disagree on a number of issues.
It's hard to deny Abdul Samad's impact during his time as a legislator.
And Representative Holt, I know you meant no harm.
Just ask Republican Representative Stephen Holt.
For whatever reason, Akeo and I have been able to do is that we may fundamentally disagree on issues, but that doesn't mean we have to dislike one another. We've had some fierce debates on the floor, and then afterwards he'll come up and give me a big hug.
Brother Akeo, that I call him.
His mentorship led to other nicknames like Godfather and The Elder.
That's how I knew I was getting old.
But it's his ability to connect with people from all walks of life that colleagues say will be one of his lasting legacies.
It's a constant reminder and an opportunity to extend partnership, an opportunity for us to learn about each other, and it starts with learning about ourselves. And I think that's a journey that he's been on.
As for his next chapter,
30 more years, at least 30 more years. If I get more, fine, but I'm shooting for 30. You know.
Abdul Samad looks forward to taking a more passive leadership role.
How do I impart my experience and that love to those now who are coming up in leadership?
And those figures of the past who shaped him into the leader he is today.
I was able to stand on my mother's shoulders and others.
Abdul Samad wants to be those shoulders that future generations will stand on.
I want to be able to share the library that I have in me that others have shared in their life with me. But I don't want people trying to find it when I'm dead. I want them to share it now while I'm alive.
In Des Moines, Monica Madden, WHO 13 News.
And we mentioned there are 2 milestones here, and Jody Long shared the story of Creative Visions' 25th anniversary and the mission behind that organization. You can watch that report online at WHO13.com.